Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike, the premier business radio program. I'm your host, Mike King. Appreciate you being with me. So this is part of the Mike King Biz Radio Network, which is ESPN Richmond 106.1, The Choice 105.3, International Business Group Radio, as well as CW Richmond TV every Wednesday at 5 a.m. So join us as a cutting-edge show. We uplift the community and showcase RVA in a different way. This is on ESPN, but we're still in the Classic Rock studio right here. We keep it cool. So when certain people show up, so we have Coach Joy is in the house with us. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so it is a business show. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Yes, my name is Coach Joy, and thank you so much, Mike, for having me. My business is the Cares Life LLC, and it's a life coaching and a motivational business. So when we talk about life coaching, what I do is I help people find their purpose. I help people gain transformation, and I also help people go through change successfully. So change being life transitioning, any challenge you're going through, or something new that is happening in your life. So I help you transition successfully, and I'm also a motivational speaker.
You are motivational. You have a story.
Yes.
So as I said, so when people are, a lot of times people are stuck, what do people need to do to get unstuck? Because we had a conversation before we went on that if I'm hanging around the same people in the same environment, I don't think I have a problem.
Yes.
I don't, I'm good. And you're saying maybe you might need to explore your possibilities of becoming better at what you do.
Yes. So one thing is, a lot of times people don't even realize there is a cycle going on.
No, we don't.
Yes.
I'm living. I'm living. That's what I'm doing. I'm living. I don't think it's that vicious cycle. I think one of the things we realized that the pandemic did was it showed us that everyone was on a cycle.
Right.
And then the music stopped. And it forced everybody to kind of look at
and think and actually see the bigger picture. So what happens is at times when you realize you're not seeing progress, it is one sign you are stuck. When you have a goal and you realize you're unable to achieve it or move to the next step, it is one sign you are stuck. And that tells you you need help. You need a life coach. And one thing about feeling stuck is it makes you lose your motivation.
Yes,
you lose motivation, and you kind of like, you feel you have a longing that needs to be satisfied, but you don't even know what it is. That is one thing about being stuck in life. You feel like you feel a certain emptiness. You feel an emptiness, and that is one sign that I need to assess my life.
Well, has anyone ever told you you're like an old soul? Have you ever heard that?
No.
Okay, it's for people who are like wise beyond their years.
Mm-hmm.
When you start looking at where I am now, I would think that there's certain things that I know because I've lived a long time.
Right.
There are things that some of the ways that you talk are beyond a person who's where you are right now. Right. So let's go back to your beginning. You're from Ghana.
Yes.
Okay. Came to America when you were?
I was around 22 years
old.
Okay. Yes.
Two of the biggest things that you noticed when you got to America that were different than you thought they would be.
Yes.
What are a couple?
So one thing I noticed was the lifestyle was different.
Yeah, what you thought it would be?
Yes.
What did you think it was going to be? All glamour?
Yes, that was what I thought. Okay. But America, I noticed America is pretty much work and home.
Yeah.
That is like the vicious cycle I see here. You see, back in Ghana, it was a little different. I had my parents taking care of me and all that. I didn't have to worry about rent and all those things.
That's a good thing.
But I come here and I have to pay my tuition. I have to rent an apartment. I recently relocated to Virginia, and that was a whole new thing to me. The food, the people, the language is so different. You see, so you find yourself in a different environment, and it's so difficult. You're like, how do I move on with this? How do I do this? And what happens is I lost myself in the process. it affected my self-esteem, it affected my self-confidence. And one other problem I faced was my limiting beliefs, because I had beliefs in Ghana that when I came to the United States, it became hard to let go.
Okay, now we gotta touch on that one. So there were certain beliefs that worked in your home country.
Yes.
That when you got here,
Mhm.
they weren't. What were some of the things that you, when you got here, you noticed there was a difference? And it could be from, now I'm from up north too. There's some differences from people up north than you have from people down
Right,
south.
right.
What were some of the differences you noticed when you got here?
One main limiting belief that really challenged me was you cannot do business. As a woman, you see,
Yeah.
I had grown up really shy with low self-esteem and low self-confidence. So everybody spoke, or all they did was just affirm what they saw. That if you have low self-esteem, if you have low self-confidence, you cannot do this. So it soon became a limiting belief that Joy is too timid, Joy is too shy to start a business, Joy cannot talk, she's not bold. So I held on to these things and it defined me. So I came to the United States, I started having a whole new desire. Like, I see the opportunities around, I'm like, okay, I want to start this, I can do this. But then I realized I was stuck in that belief.
The old mental.
Yes.
When was something that you realized that, hey, Joy can do this thing?
So it got to a point I felt very empty and unaccomplished. Yes. That was when I moved to Richmond, Virginia. I moved for school and all that. But then I started having desires I couldn't explain. Like, suddenly I wanted to motivate people. So that was actually leading me to my purpose. It was leading me to my purpose, my desires. But it's like I came to a point, all these limiting beliefs started coming back at me. And then I had to sit down and search within me and acknowledge what was already inside me to be able to counter those limiting beliefs. So I realized I had the strengths, I had the capability, and all these should help me accomplish my purpose. But the problem is, how do I come out of that thinking? That mindset I had always, that I had grown up to understand and accept. It was now time for me to let go all those beliefs so I can step into who I really wanted to be.
When you step into who you are, what do people know the shy and timid Joy think about that? You look different to them.
Yes, I do look different, but I want them to think that they can also do it.
So that's the coaching part,
Yes.
the coaching part of this right there. You talk to a good number of people. What are some of the things that you notice that people come to you and they need help with, but it's kind of hard for them to let go?
Aside from limiting beliefs, sometimes I would say experiences. Sometimes your experiences can challenge you, because going through a change like a divorce, you end up telling yourself, oh, it was my fault that this happened. And sometimes moving past it is my fault, or moving past that regret, can be something so hard for people to let go. That yes, it happened, it was your fault, but now how do you move past it? Because to step into your full potential, you have to be willing to let go. You have to be willing to let go and be more mindful, be more present, live in the now. So one thing people have a challenge with, especially people have encountered, is letting go.
Of the past.
Yes, letting go of the past, letting go of the regrets, and letting go of the self-doubt. Because all these experiences confront you and tell you that, hey, this is who you are. And one thing these limiting beliefs, how they became so strong, is that I was seeing it. I was seeing it happen, that yes, Joy cannot speak because she's shy. she is timid, she is not bold. But the more you hold on to it psychologically, it is registered. And when it's registered, you start manifesting it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Coach Joy. Coach Joy is up here. She dropping nuggets of knowledge on it. I'm an old man and I'm sitting there like, okay, I gotta let go of some of that stuff. On the mic with Mike. Mike King is here. You can follow me on social platforms, On the Mic with Mike, as well as Mike King Biggs. Coach, how can people find you out there?
Yes. So my website is thecharislife.com, and charis is spelled Kharis.
Explain to us, what is that?
Charis means grace.
Oh,
That's
really?
my middle name.
Shout out to mom and dad. Mom and dad,
Yes.
that's a great name.
Yes. Thank you. Thank
And
you.
joy seems to be something that's in you.
Yes. Yes. And actually I wasn't called Joy by birth. I wasn't
That's
called-
something that's within you.
Yes.
That's how you want to be seen and how you feel.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
At what point did you realize that I need to go by joy because that is something that's in me? How old were you? How long ago was that?
That was, I think, about 7 years ago.
Mhm.
I was still in Ghana by then. Yes.
And what was it about that you know that you needed to go to be known by that?
You know, funny enough, I asked my dad, because my birth name is Ekua. I asked my dad the meaning of it. And the meaning means born on Wednesday. And my middle name is Enyama. I asked him, what is the meaning of my name? And he couldn't tell me. So I was like, okay, I want to pick a name that would describe me. So I don't need to say much, but when I present myself, people should be able to recognize that, oh yeah, I see it all over you.
I see it all over you. Alrighty, so it's on the mic. Mike, Coach Joy is here with us. So you come to Richmond. How long ago did you come to Richmond?
That was 6 months ago.
6 months ago.
August.
And you
20.
came to Richmond because Richmond is the hot spot of the world. Or maybe not. It's not. Hey, great things happening in Richmond. So let's not, I don't want anybody coming at me getting upset. Yeah. All right, shout out to my Philadelphia Eagles. I'm just saying, we're going to the Super Bowl. Yes, I am from Philly. That's all that needs to be said. So you come to Richmond 6 months ago.
Yes.
And you came here, why?
So my main goal for Richmond was to start fashion school. I
Yes.
love VCU and I love the fashion program. And I was like, let's go and explore. And secondly, I wanted to adventure. Yes, I wanted to take really tough decisions that that would scare me, but I wouldn't have to get consent from anybody to do it.
Okay, so you're coming here from Colorado.
Yes.
What
from
part of Colorado?
Denver.
Denver.
Denver,
Okay,
Colorado.
so you come to Richmond. What are a couple of things that stick out to you? Oh, we've had this conversation about Richmond. Some of the other things that stick out to you about Richmond, what are they when you've in the 6 months you've been here?
I think I love the environment. I love the people, and I have made really, really good connections since I got here. And actually, it's a lot warmer in Richmond
Than it is in Denver.
Yes, because Denver has been really snowy and stormy. So I'm like, wow.
So okay, so wait a second. So on the mic, my coach is here with us. She's from Ghana. So when your dad came, how long was your dad in Colorado before you guys came?
So he had been in Colorado a year.
Okay.
But he had lived in New York for 10 years.
Okay, so he understood cold weather.
Yes.
So so when he's telling you guys about cold weather, are you understanding what he's talking about?
Nope.
He's telling you it's cold, but you weren't getting it.
Nope.
Okay.
I almost had frostbite the first time it snowed.
So when you get to Colorado, what time of the year is it?
It was in August.
Okay, so it's nice there.
Yes.
So you come from Ghana and it's nice there. You come to Colorado and it's nice.
Yep.
And that's August.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. On the mic of Mike, this is investigative journalism right here. When did you realize things could go sideways in Colorado? That It might be a little on the chilly side
That was in October.
in October.
Yes.
Did it creep up on you, or did it all of a sudden one day it's like, whoa, it's freezing here?
Sure did.
It's like, okay. So now you survived Colorado, and then you come to Richmond.
Yeah.
6 months ago. 6 months ago, the weather was really nice here.
Yeah,
Okay.
really warm.
So I'm from Philly. I get worried about the summer when it's 100. It feels like it's 1,000 degrees down here, but you're not going to be worried about that.
Mm-mm.
No, it's what we're getting ready to go into, but it's not Denver weather here.
Right.
Alrighty, so coaches, it's here. This is a business show, and we talked about branding. And so when I see you say you want to do fashion, you look fashionable. Talk about from a business standpoint, like you're saying, that is one of the tools about being successful. If you're going to be in a fashion world, you need to be.
I think in the fashion world, you need to be consistent. You need to be consistent with your design, and you need to know your audience. You need to know, who am I gonna serve? Who am I gonna serve? That helps you build. That helps you build. Because without knowing your audience, you're gonna design for just anybody. And you're not an anybody designer. You have to be specific. Am I gonna design for men? Am I gonna design for kids? Am I gonna design for adults? And that helps you kind of like assess yourself, go back and see where you're falling short, because you're more specific with your audience.
Yes.
And grow by doing so.
All right. Do you have what do you want to do in the fashion world?
I want to do costumes, ladies, like gown, bridal stuff. Yes, I want to design. Yes, major
ball gowns and
yes, major gown designs. Yeah.
Okay. Did you always want it okay? Why ball gowns in those? I mean, the gowns the one thing people know, they're the elegant ones from the Oscars and the Grammys and then you have the gowns that go to like the Met Ball,
right?
Like the crazy ones. Right. Which one would you like to do more of?
I like to do more like bridal, but I am planning on doing more African and Western, like a blend of it, because I really don't see it in the market.
There you go.
Yes.
We had that conversation. Get to your lane and run.
And that audience, find your target audience, and know what they need and present it to them. Yep.
Okay. Once again, how can people find you?
My email address is Joy Akron. That is JOY Akron, AKRONG @thecarislife.com. And my social media, Instagram is Coach Joy Akron, and my Facebook is Joy Akron, and my LinkedIn is also Joy Akron.
Alrighty, so what's up next for you on the coaching side?
So currently, I'm working on launching a workshop. Yes, going more into workshops and going more into group coaching. So I do one-on-one, but I want to explore also into the group coaching, and then probably add corporate coaching, because I'm also a motivational speaker. So I want to add corporate coaching as well to it.
When I can see you doing the motivational speaking, I can, because a lot of times people are stuck, and people are stuck. Sometimes they don't know that they're stuck. Sometimes they don't know how to get out from the rut that they're in. Alrighty, when you came, so you said that America really doesn't have a great work-life balance.
Right.
And we know that here, and we kind of sort of know it, but the idea of it, COVID really, all of a sudden people realize that you can work from home and you can have a life balance, because in the past, when you stopped to take care of your family, especially for a woman, the world kept going.
Right.
And when you got back on the hamster wheel, you were behind.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden, everybody knows that they need help. Motivationally speaking, talk to our listeners about things that they can do as we're going into the new year. Everybody wants to be a new year, new you. It's gonna be a new me, and that lasts for about 12 days. And then I go right back to doing this stuff.
Yes.
Give our listeners some words of wisdom on that.
Okay, I would say to help you in the new year, I would say be mindfulness, being more present. Being more present. Sometimes we tend to live in the 2023. Oh, I couldn't do this in 2023, and we move in with that mindset. And the more you ponder and think about what happened in 2023, it deprives you of the strength you need in 2022. It deprives you of the strength you need in 2023. So be mindful. And to self-care, take care of yourself. If you need mentoring, if you need counseling, if you need coaching, or sometimes it could be a little break from the usual. Give yourself that treat. And if it's coaching, give yourself that treat, and I would say lastly, be compassionate to yourself. Give yourself grace. One thing that really helped me to stay focused is and get past my fear is giving myself grace. Because when you give yourself grace, you are patient with yourself that, okay, this is a whole new year. It's a whole new experience every month. And I will choose to give myself grace. I'll choose to be patient with myself. And that helps you get past the fear and anxiety of, oh, what's going to happen tomorrow? Oh, what's going to happen in February? Oh, what's going to happen in March? Because your starting point now is, okay, I'll be patient with myself. It's a whole new experience. I'll give myself grace to go through the process without judging.
Do you think that we really don't give ourselves grace?
I think so.
You know that.
I think so.
How about America compared to Ghana growing up? Are we more hardcore on ourselves and chasing things and stuff?
Yes. I think in Ghana you're a little more free because one, the responsibilities are not as much as in the United States. But over here, you're like, I have this to do, I have that to do, I have that to do. And if I don't do it, this is gonna happen. And then we put ourselves through so much stress. We don't give ourselves grace through the process. We become so hard on ourselves, and what that happens is when we don't do what we want to do, it puts us down. And when it puts us down, we lose that strength and motivation we need to move on. So first, give yourself grace that, okay, I'm gonna try this. And I appreciate myself for giving myself the chance to try it. Yes.
You are an old soul. Yes. And when we finish, I got to tell you a story about some years ago. All right, so on the mic, Coach Joy is here. One last time, Coach, how can people find you out there?
Yes, you can reach me on social media, Instagram, Coach Joy Akron. My Facebook and LinkedIn is Joy Akron. And my email address is joyakron@thecharislife.com. And Charis is spelled KHARIS.
There you go. She's here with us on the mic with Mike. We bring you the best and the brightest. She's what I'm talking about right there. We always try and talk to people who really can have an impact in your life. Sometimes it's not about the years. Sometimes it's about the miles that you traveled, and you're bringing something totally different to the workplace or to, where people do business at. And business can help society be better. That's what we do. And make sure you take a listen to our sponsors and advertisers because the microphone ain't free. Plus, my grandkids need stuff. And so make sure you support them. So on the mic with Mike, we got to run. Take care. Thanks now. Talk to you.
Bye, guys.